Hey there, Bob Waite here, User Experience Manager for Creatability Inc., here to show you a demonstration of MeMinder. MeMinder is available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So I have a copy here downloaded to my device, and we're going to just jump in and create an account and start building some lists. So now that we've started the MeMinder app, we can hit the Create Account button and start putting in the credentials that we want to access MeMinder with. So now that we've successfully created an account, MeMinder is going to present us with over 200 pre-made talking pictures, and we can use these to start our foundational task list. They range in various categories from educational, residential, and vocational. For the sake of this demonstration, we're just going to pick some warehousing tasks. We'll say that the person we're serving has a warehousing job. So I'm going to pick the pre-made warehousing talking pictures items, and that's going to form the foundation of my task list. So now I've selected all of the warehousing items for the pre-made tasks here. I'm going to confirm my choices, and it's going to take me to what we call the talking pictures view. This is the interface that the person that you serve is going to be using when they use MeMinder on the job. It just sequentially shows all of the items that we had chosen. So the person, when they're using it, they can press on each of these items, and a text-to-speech synthesizer is going to speak out that prompt. When they've finished that task for the day, they can simply swipe in either direction and it'll reveal a check mark. I can hit that, and MeMinder is going to ask me if I can confirm that that task was completed, and then I can confirm that, and it'll mark that task as completed. When an item is marked as completed, it gets time-stamped in the cloud for the person's circle of care to be able to reference online. And that item won't appear for the person until the next day. So using the credentials that we use to make our MeMinder account, we can go to beam.care, which is the cloud component for MeMinder, and we can see what tasks have been completed for the day. So that isn't the only way that we can leverage existing materials to quickly build task lists with MeMinder. If we go to MeMinder's cloud component at beam.care and use those credentials that we use to create the MeMinder account, and then go to the menu and press MeMinder Backups, we'll see a button that says Publicly Shared Backups, and we're going to click on that. This page is a repository of MeMinder lists that have been created by other users, and they opted to share those lists. So if we wanted to use one of these lists, we could just hit expand, and that would be sent straight to our MeMinder device, where we can use that list for our own purposes. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to find a list for warehousing, just using the find feature in my browser, and then I'm going to go ahead and just hit expand. Now it's worth mentioning that when you hit expand, this is going to overwrite your existing MeMinder list. Now what's unique about this list is that the user who created it used videos. So when I press on one of these list menu items, it's actually going to play a video that explains each section of the warehousing task that the person has to do. And just like the talking pictures items that we started out with, once we've done this task step, we can swipe that away and mark it as complete for the day. So what if we wanted to make our own custom list with its own custom media in it? For that, we'd start by going to beam.care, the cloud component for MeMinder, and selecting from the menu Select Items. You'll see that there's 4 tabs on this page: Personal Care, Vocational, Educational, and Custom Items. The tab we're going to want is Custom Items. Those first 3 tabs were the pre-made talking pictures that you saw when we had first started MeMinder. We could check those boxes and add those pre-made talking pictures to our list, but we're going to be creating custom items on this page. So I'm in the custom items interface. I'm going to go into this text field here, and I'm going to type some additional task steps for warehousing that I want to add to this list. So now that I've created a few additional items for this list in the custom items tool, we can hit these checkboxes next to those items. That sends them to the configure plan area. So we have 2 tabs on this page. The first is notifications, where we can put in email or SMS so that you can receive a notification once a task has been completed. And then we have the scheduling area, where we can choose the days of the week that these tasks are going to appear on in the MeMinder app for that person. So if we go back to our MeMinder app, we're actually going to see those list items populate right away. And now we can start configuring them with custom media and sequences inside of the MeMinder application. To do this, first you have to find the hidden settings button. If you press the MeMinder icon for 5 seconds on the top left side of the Talking Pictures view, it's going to make a little guitar sound to let you know that a new menu button has appeared. Just go ahead and hit that settings icon and it's going to take you to MeMinder's settings page. So there are 3 different sections for the MeMinder settings page. The first section just affects how the application is going to behave and look for the Talking Pictures view. The second section is just a logout function, and the third section is support for multiple task lists. But for right now, we're just going to uncheck the Show Talking Pictures view setting at the top, and then we're going to confirm that by hitting the green check mark at the top right. Now that the Talking Pictures view is disabled, we have the caregiver's view of our task list here. This allows us to edit each of these individual items, so all we have to do is slide to the right on one of these and hit the blue edit button. So this is the page where we can start editing everything about this task, from what order it appears in the list with the group sorting feature, whether or not we want to require a photo being taken of the completed task for it to be marked as completed. And then we have an array of different buttons that allow us to choose different media types based on how we'd like to customize this task that would best fit a person we serve. So I'm going to demonstrate this media customization by choosing a custom photo and then also recording my voice to speak the task instead of the speech synthesizer. Finally, we have the sequence editor, and this helps us create finer resolution tasks for tasks that might require more instruction than just a single blurb, but you don't want to create a very dense task list in the Talking Pictures view. So I'm going to demonstrate creating a sequence of sub-steps using the sequence editor, and then we're going to save this task. As you can see, each sequence step has a timer option, and this timer can increment by 15 seconds all the way up to a half hour. And then it also supports being able to use the device's camera to take a photograph or to use a picture that's already saved on the device. After I've confirmed that I like the sequences I've created by hitting the green check mark at the top right of the sequence editor page, it's going to take me back to the edit task page. And we can see we've got our sequences in place and all of the custom media we want, and we can preview the task with this preview window. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and we can check out the task list on the Talking Pictures view. So I'm going to head back into settings by hitting the settings icon at the top of the page, and then I'm going to reactivate the Show Talking Pictures view checkbox, and then I'm going to confirm my selection with the green check mark at the top of the page. And now we're back at our Talking Pictures view, and we can see the customized ordered task that we made. And when we click on it, we can view our sequence, and we can hear the different prompts that we made for it. So here's our custom task list on the Talking Pictures view. We have video self-modeling from backups that we sourced from beam.care, and we have our own custom content on here, and it's ready to hand off to the person we support. So they can start this app every day before work and use this as an aid in their vocational setting. Alright, now this custom task list is ready to hand off to the person we support. We leveraged the backups to create some video self-modeling in this list. We created our own custom task with its own media and its own sequence, and we know how to remotely manage it with the cloud component, use other backups if we need to. And with that, I'd like to conclude our demonstration of MeMinder, and thank you for watching.